It doesn't matter where you are in your career or when you plan to retire. It's natural to feel anxious about the value of your assets if there are hints of inflation. When you are concerned about the worth of the money you are saving and investing, it is not the same as being concerned about certain economic patterns that may force the typical person to be more careful with their spending. Therefore, what are the appropriate actions for you to do to safeguard your financial standing? Here are 10 suggestions that can help you combat inflation and preserve your money at the same time. But before we start our countdown, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. So let's get started. Number 10. Explore growth assets. If you want to keep your money safe, one way to do so is to invest it in things that will increase in value. Instead of placing all of your money into a savings account, you could choose a plan that is more diversified and involves investing in a variety of various assets. It is vital for investments to create positive returns during times of rising inflation. This is especially true given that cash reserves do not appreciate in value during periods of rising inflation. During these times, it is essential for investments to deliver positive returns. Consider making investments in stocks, properties, and other kinds of assets that have the potential to appreciate in value. Number 9. Invest in entities that rise with inflation. You can lessen the effect that inflation has on your finances while still giving your long-term financial goals the consideration they deserve by diversifying your portfolio with inflation-protected securities issued by the Treasury, bonds with shorter maturities, floating rate instruments such as mortgage-backed securities and collateralized debt obligations, and shorter-term bonds. If you do this, you can reduce the impact that inflation has on your finances. In addition to this, one may wish to consider making investments in commodities, real estate, and stocks of financial company, as the value of these things may increase along with inflation. Number 8. Choose the right CD. The tendency for inflation to go hand in hand with increases in interest rates is really good news for individuals who acquire certificates of deposit. It is in everyone's best interest to maintain the maturities as short as possible, such as by employing intervals of 6, 9, or 12 months. Consumers also have the option of purchasing CDs that come packaged with additional unique features. For instance, the owner of a bump-up certificate of deposit has the ability to bump up the interest rate at a given point in time during the duration of the certificate of deposit at a certain point in time during the period of the certificate of deposit. Number 7. Stay invested in equities that grow over time. The financial markets are currently struggling to adjust their expectations for future inflation after a protracted era of low inflation. Market volatility is increasing as a direct result of the presence of uncertainty. In times like these, maintaining an investment portfolio, with a focus on holding onto assets that increase in value over time, such as shares, is the most prudent course of action. When inflation is between 2% and 4%, the performance of stocks is at its peak. Number 6. Look at short and mid-term fixed accounts. When there are signs of inflation and you want to protect your retirement accounts and weather a coming recession, it is smart to take a look at short-term and mid-term fixed accounts, such as 2 to 5-year fixed annuities. This will allow you to protect your accounts and weather the economic storm. When it comes to guaranteed rates, money market accounts and bank certificates of deposit offer next to nothing. On the other hand, a short to medium-term annuity can offer up to 3% fixed returns based on the rates that are currently available. Number 5. Create a mix of investments. When making adjustments to a portfolio, inflation is only one of the aspects that should be taken into consideration. In order for investors to better weather periods of volatility in the stock market, it is necessary for them to diversify their holdings across a wide variety of investments. Diversifying their holdings over a wide range of investments is an absolute must. To stay up with ever-increasing prices, we feel that it is important to develop a portfolio that contains a variety of assets, each of which is distinct from the others. This will allow you to keep up with the ever-increasing prices. Number 4. Understand what drives different assets. Commodities and international equities, particularly cyclical stocks like those found in the financial, materials, and industrial sectors, should both be taken into consideration alongside one another. This is very significant. Do not let historical correlation mislead you. Rather, focus on gaining a knowledge of the reasons that are currently driving the prices of a variety of assets. There is a possibility that you may discover a negative correlation between equities and treasuries. But if inflation increases, you can anticipate that the value of both of these asset classes would decrease. Number 3. Review your investment allocation. When inflation is on the rise, it is a good idea to check in with a financial advisor to make sure you have the appropriate investment allocation to match your level of comfort with risk. As an illustration, take into consideration an asset allocation that is moderately composed of 60% equities and 40% fixed income. Consider moving some of your money into dividend-paying stocks if you are concerned about your income. In the past, stocks have demonstrated a greater capacity to match the rate of inflation than bonds have. Number 2. Invest in irreplaceable items. During times of high inflation, the key to achieving financial security and success is to make investments in things that are difficult or impossible for others to copy. Think about investing in things like land and real estate, as well as unique and one-of-a-kind objects, like collector's editions of baseball cards, for example. Because it is so impossible to produce an exact copy of any of these, even in the most extreme forms of inflation, they all perform remarkably well. Number 1. Evaluate your personal budget. Carry out a thorough evaluation of the items that make up your personal budget in order to isolate the aspects in which you may make reductions in spending, and so increase your financial well-being. Take into consideration the potential of refinancing loans, consolidating debts in order to acquire cheaper interest rates, and paying off debts in order to get out from under your financial obligations. Increasing your professional marketability by investing in yourself through continuing education can also lead to a rise in revenue through the creation of new business ventures or extra streams of income if you continue to educate yourself over time. So that's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching and see you next time.